I'm Key the Cat, and I'm here with my co-host, Roku. Roku, would you like to say hi?
Hi!
And welcome to SmollCast. You may notice that there's a suspicious lack of a chair this time, because we have a specific topic we want to talk about today, which is making short-form content from long-form content. And I know, Roku, we both stream. What kind of shorts have you been able to make out of your streams?
Honestly, most of them have been clips from my channel, so it's actually kind of reruns of clips I've already done, but I just wanted to make easy short form content to actually just start posting, and probably in the future I would like to go more into editing, because I know it's probably way better to edit your content, because people just don't want to like watch a straight clip unless it's like pure gold content, you know.
Yep.
But for you, you actually edit your content, right?
I do to a degree. One of the nice things about having content on YouTube is that you can remix it. So you have the kind of in-app editor that lets you just basically take a clip, but take it that couple extra steps more. So a lot of mine you'll see have color-coded subtitles, so you know who exactly is saying what kind of deal.
Oh, so you're doing it through YouTube, most of your clips? Oh, do you use any other editor?
I do use frickin' DaVinci Resolve is the one that I normally go for.
Yeah.
And that one, I actually did send a clip to Aniki a moment ago, kind of showcasing one of the shorts that I've used that for, which was my 2-year anniversary of the streaming clip that I did, if he wants to pull that one up, so everyone can kind of see what DaVinci does in terms of being more than just standard clips.
Show the clip.
Yes.
Anytime now.
Right there.
Anytime now. It's just like we're about to poke the armpit of the statue.
Yep.
It's like we're about to tickle them.
Yes, while he's still pulling it up, I'll go ahead and kind of give a rundown of why this clip is so different from the other ones, because in most of the clips that I've edited with the remixer, it's just the single shot, whereas this one you can see it's got 8 different clips from previous streams, kind of all compiled together, so you can see how my look has evolved over the 2 years that I've been streaming. And it's just a lot of wiggles and cute music. It's just cute music in the background.
Why don't I hear anything?
I don't know whether they can hear it on stream either.
Oh wait, yes, they can. They can.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
I was just checking.
But it was the old version of my background music that Itami made for me. So it was very much a culmination of just memory lane for anyone who has been with me for these 2 years.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so are there any clips that you're especially proud of?
Clips that I'm especially proud of. Oh, Aniki, can you pull up my YouTube channel?
Just the entire channel, not even a direct link to it.
And pick the one with the most views.
This is going to be a surprise to even you, then, it sounds like.
Very true, very true. Oh, is it this one? Oh, seriously? Oh my god, why? Little brat thing, you... How many views does this one have? I'm literally going to die to this thing. I died to a mandrake. I died to a mandrake. I literally died to a mandrake. It is running around my body. It is dancing. It is celebrating in my stupidity. I swear to God. Oh,
that is actually a pretty good, like, because I've seen this happen a lot, where it's not a clip that you expect to blow up that actually does well.
Yeah.
And especially ones where you fail at something seem to do well.
Yeah, I think this was like one of my like semi-rage clips. So I guess that's why it blew up. But this one I got from Twitch, and I don't know if you know, but Twitch has like a new built-in clip editor. So I just kind of used it in the new built-in program. So
yes, and this yes, that is Roku's Twitch right there.
Yeah, it's a given. Yes.
But yeah, I definitely. I can't get a word out without laughing at the moment. Anyways, this just goes to show that using the even simple tools provided will get you decent content. Like, don't be afraid to start small and literally just clip your own stuff. Because those often work.
Yeah, honestly, before I didn't want to get into shorts just because I felt like I really don't like unedited content. I'm gonna be honest. Usually I don't like unedited content, and the reason why is I just feel like with like one, people's attention span, they're not gonna spend time watching content build up to the point of this usually. But because that's what the point of a short is, right? The short is bang bang content, like snap, get right to the straight to the point, right? So I didn't like my editing program, so I didn't want to bother. But then I decided to just use the built-in Twitch editor and just edit it from Twitch and then throw it onto YouTube. And actually, it does pretty well. And so, like, if I had to just kind of generalize it, it's like, just try something.
Yep.
Like, I don't think content ever goes the way you expect it to. Sometimes things that you spend hours upon, things that you spent like thoughtfully putting effort into, like sometimes it still doesn't get the views. It still doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. And why? Just because that's people's attention span. You know, that's just the way people work, right? Sometimes they like something, sometimes they don't. You just never know what is going to be the hit, what is not going to be the hit. So sometimes you just gotta shoot your shot at the beginning.
And speaking into that, I think one of my best clips that I've had was one of my least edited ones that had like barely anything in it. And it was literally just a clip of a creeper with a firefly on its head, and that blew up.
No.
And I've just sent it to Aniki, so I'm hoping you can pull it up pretty quickly here. But it was literally just, I was in the middle of building on the Minecraft server, and I look over and see this creeper in the distance, and just go up to it and be like, this is cool, and then leave it, and turn that tiny bit of it's cool into a clip, and it worked.
Yeah, let's just wait for Aniki to bring that up. Oh, there it is.
Yep. Right. He doesn't even have to play it, that's basically the entire clip.
Firefly on its head. That's actually kind of cute. A creeper with a fire. Wait, the creeper has a firefly.
Yeah, it was literally just, ooh, cool thing.
That's actually kind of...
So yes, this is kind of the epitome.
Never know
Yes.
what people like.
I had no idea people would be that invested in a firefly on a creeper's head. But they were.
So I do have to ask you, I'm sure by now, like, how many clips have you made, like, shorts?
Oh, a lot? I think at this point the majority of my content is shorts, just because I'll like make a I'll stream like 2 or 3 streams. Actually, yeah, it's 3 streams a week, and out of those 3 streams, 2 of them are on YouTube, and then those 2 get made into 2 shorts per day.
Per day. Oh, so you're making 2 shorts a day?
Yes.
Oh, how long do you spend? Would you say like a week, like working on content?
I don't know if I could actually give that number.
Like, you just being like, whoa, look at how many videos.
Yes, I'm not sure what it says that I have more videos than I do subscribers, but that's a thing. And in terms of how much time I spend, I literally could not give the number, because if we're talking just shorts, that is like an hour or less a day.
An hour or less a day. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at least that bit is manageable, but that's only manageable because I figured out how to turn long form into short form.
Very fair. Very fair. So, since you've been making shorts for so long, is there like kind of like a rhythm that you have, like you try to follow that like a good algorithm, like posting at a certain point in the day and how often?
Yeah, so how I normally do it is I'll have my shorts scheduled to go live at a certain time. So this could be different for everyone. It's all about when your audience is actually online on YouTube, and YouTube has nice tools for this, so check your analytics. But the way that I've found that works best for me is to actually work basically 2 days in advance of scheduling the shorts so that they're 2 days out, and then moving forward from there. Because I'll find there are honestly days where it's like I am not in the mental state, or I'm feeling sick and can't make a short.
Yeah.
But then the next day I might be able to pump out 2 extra ones and cover it anyways, so there's no gap in content then.
So are you posting your shorts immediately? Like right after the dedicated time?
So I actually have them scheduled in YouTube, so whenever I make the short, I'll schedule it then as well. So it'll be like schedule 2 days later at noon or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out the rhythm myself, because I just freshly started posting YouTube shorts, right? And I have to say, I don't think there is an algorithm for me, at least, because it just seems like some videos just do better than other videos, like regardless of time or day.
Yeah, there is definitely a lot of like variability in them, is what I've noticed. Because I've had some weeks where it's like every other short will be reaching 1,000 views, and then some weeks where it's like they'll barely break 10, kind of thing. So it's one of the things that I found is that it's do it more so just because you like the clip as well. So don't make it about whether this is going to do good. Don't worry about that. Just make something and put it out there.
I like that a lot. I like that you bring that up. Just because I'm sure there are a lot of content creators that are really nervous kind of putting their own content out there. And I just kind of want you to kind of go over your creation of like a clip. Like, you choose something that you just kind of find in the moment that is funny, or is it like, how do you go about your content creation point from the shorts?
So normally what I do, since I have the kind of variety of content that I have on YouTube when it comes to my long form videos, what I'll do is I'll say, like, I want to make one short from my D&D stuff, and I want to make one short from my Minecraft stuff. So I'll generally throughout the week be having those 2 VODs kind of set up, and I'll be watching through them, and as soon as something makes me laugh, or I go, that'd be a good short, I just stop there, clip it, make the short. So that way, as I progress through the week, I know how far into the video I've gotten and how much I have left to make content out of. And if it makes you laugh, it's a good short.
So this is something I kind of bring up with some people who stream as well. They don't go back and watch their VODs. And I always make it a point for people that I always go back and watch my VODs. Not just to improve like my content, right? Because that's what you normally do. You go back, you watch your VODs, you see where you kind of struggled. But it's also like, I feel like I'm reliving that moment, and those points that I kind of enjoy, I clip those moments. I tell people all the time, I always make my clips, even though there's no point to it. I usually don't post it anywhere. I clip myself anyways. But in the end of it, I'm glad I made those clips, because then now I can turn those into short form content and post it on the YouTube, right?
And additionally, to those that are self-conscious or feel like they're going to grow and get like cringed out by their clips if they make them now anyways, because as someone who has had the 2-year anniversary thing and had to go back and be like, can I even find old clips? You'll want those. It doesn't matter if they're cringe. You'll want them.
It's true. It's content for you now. It's content for you later, because your subscribers, your your audience, they will want you to go back and rewatch those things and be like, oh my god, when you were smaller, you know.
Yes.
And then you'll cringe. But you know what? It's good cringe.
It is good cringe. It shows how much you've grown.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to clip yourself. And don't be ashamed to clip yourself either. If you're one of those people who want other people to clip you, it's not shameful to clip yourself. Heck,
yeah.
I clip myself all the time, and it's not shameful. I love what I do, right? And if you love what you do, you should clip yourself too. That just means that you're passionate about what you're doing, you know?
I'm sorry, I'll be honest, for some reason, my brain immediately went to the idea of someone clipping that monologue and editing out the word clip. Just, like, bleeping it out.
Wait, what?
Because it just sounded so suspicious if you took that word out.
Sorry, what was the phrase that, what?
Just clip yourself. Also, yes, do not yell at others to clip you.
Next time, Aniki, bleeping. That's amazing.
Yes, and I agree with what Smoll has said in the comments. Don't yell at other people to clip you. It actually helps to clip yourself first so that they can share that and then find more reason or more moments to share that you haven't clipped.
Yeah, no, for sure. I find myself very more often than not, like, sometimes people clip me and I wonder, like, what was going on in the clip?
Yeah.
Because I tend to go back and rewatch any clips on my channel because, like, you know, like, if somebody pulls up a clip on you because you know that when you raid somebody, they shut you out.
That
usually
one.
They play, like, video raid. You don't want them showing a random clip that nobody gets what the point of the clip is, you know? So usually I clean it out after like a couple days. I don't know if you do that, Kat. Do you ever like clean out your clips?
It's been a long while since I've even looked at my clips on Twitch, I'll be honest.
Okay. But what about like on YouTube? Do you ever go back and like go scan through and kind of clean things up? Because, you know, as a content creator, you also understand that there's new people coming to your channel all the time. They're gonna be actually rewatching a lot of this older content. Do you ever just think of like kind of going back and just cleaning out all the clips that you feel like didn't meet the standard of, like, you know, like what represents you?
I probably should, but I haven't, and that's more, I think, just the difference between the Twitch and YouTube side, where, because, like, as you were saying, with the rating bot, that, like, will always show your clip, and it's always the frickin', like, super old model version from way long ago.
Yeah.
But we don't really have something that equivalent on YouTube. So the thought of deleting old shorts that might not be as good anymore feels more like you're cutting out a page out of a frickin' photo book or like a photo album. So it's like, yes, it wasn't as good, but it was who I was at that time kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I feel like I myself also really struggle with that. I probably should, you know, put away some really old clips, but as long as I feel like it still represents me, I leave it in. So I don't think it's a shame ever to like get rid of your content, but I just feel like anything you don't think that serves you now in this moment as a content creator, like maybe your sense of humor has changed or like something different.
Definitely the more problematic, or even like if there's something where like you did a hard turn out of a specific genre or game or something, those I could definitely see removing, because I have hidden old videos that are like really old animations I did, because that's just not what this channel is anymore.
Yeah, content creators change their content a lot.
Yep.
But that's so let me ask you, because I feel like as like when people first become a content creator, they don't really know fully what their content, like, what is that? What are you showing? What did you put up? What is this? I already made
What
a
are you
bet with
sharing?
guys. Anybody who finds a sussy clip would be given like $5. I said if anyone finds a sussy clip on my channel, $5. My channel, by the way, my channel. Anywhere else, I would question it. But
Why are you
here,
sharing this
I'm
clip?
pretty
Why is
sure
this
I've
happening?
sorted through all the sussy clips.
Because you're gonna give them $5 if they find a sussy clip, and I think Aniki is claiming this one is a sussy clip.
No, it's not a sussy clip. That doesn't count. It's still true. I still hold it to this day. If anyone finds a sussy clip on my channel, feel free. Feel free. I will give you $5.
Fair enough.
Anyways, where was I? Anyways.
I don't even remember. That has brought up a kind of funny memory of mine, which is one of the things that I've noticed with some clips where I'll expect them to do better and then they'll like wait a while and then take off. I've noticed happens a lot with the ones that could be taken in a suspicious direction. Like YouTube has to wait and greenlight it first. Well, let me see if I can find.
This one's kind of sussy, but we kind of like it. So let's see how it does, and then if nobody flags it, we'll give it the good to go.
Come on, there's one I was thinking of. Because I remember there was a clip. I'll just explain it because it's simple enough. But in the Minecraft server, I had a jar of milk on a counter, and everyone was making fun of how it was spoiled. So of course, I had to make a clip about the suspicious white liquid on my counter. and YouTube took a minute to realize I was talking about milk.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. I found the clip in question.
To you, Aniki. Pull up the clip. Yeah, I wish we could name the books on the shelf.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
Okay, anytime now, Aniki. Let's give us a cue. There it is.
Why are you both complaining about the milk? Is it really that bad?
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
It's not in a fridge.
Oh no.
We don't have fridges.
The suspicious white
That was milk.
fluid.
Yep. So you can see why it took YouTube a second to be like, is this okay? There is a jar in it.
About the milk. Is it really that bad?
But it is just
Yeah,
milk.
it's not bad.
The sussy clip.
We don't have fridges.
Yes, you won't find that on Roku's channel.
Maybe, I don't know. I really doubt it, but you know, sometimes.
Just sometimes.
Why are you both complaining
Yeah,
about the milk? Is it really-
sometimes.
So is there any kind of habits or like patterns that you've seen with your own at all? With like the kinds of things that are having weird anomalous behavior?
You mean in terms of short form or long form content?
Either, actually.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I figure out the algorithm and I try it and I'm like, I beat the system, and then
And then it changes.
And I think that's probably just because people change. You know, people sometimes one week they have time for you, other weeks they don't have time for you.
Yep.
Or like the people that used to watch you, they're busy with their lives, they don't see you for a while, and then all of a sudden they come back and they're like, oh my god, I haven't seen you for months, and it's like, oh my god, hello.
Yep.
So it's really unpredictable when at least with like streaming in general, it's really unpredictable. But what you can always do is just work on growing, right? So you can always just work on making the content on YouTube, on like in social media, just to keep yourself growing. Because I feel like the moment you become what's the right word for it? Stale? Like, but you understand what I'm trying to say here, right? The moment you start to become like you feel like your content is no longer interesting to yourself, your content is no longer intriguing people, that is when you're gonna start to experience the negative thoughts, the giving up, it's kind of like the the valley of despair. You know, so I think it's just so important that, yes, the numbers are like important. They usually do say something about you and your content and what you're doing, but it's also so important that you understand that people are not just numbers. They have lives. They have things to do. And so
and actually, speaking of that's actually one of the reasons why I would advocate for making short form content. Because if you are a long form creator, you are spending like probably 2 hours per stream at least, and there's a good chance that your audience isn't going to be able to make it for the entirety of it.
no.
So having that short form content is an easy way of saying, here's some of the highlights, and even if they couldn't make it at all that week, you are still in their mind. They can still come see you and be a part of your community without having to make it there at that specific time.
Exactly. I think also sometimes when so just kind of going back to the valley of despair that I'm talking about for some content creators, what people tend to forget is like their purpose in content creation. Sometimes people just kind of randomly put content out there, but they don't really have an objective, like a goal. Like either it's sharing what you love, so sharing like, oh hey, these are my projects, what I've been working on. That could be your goal for yourself, right? But there could be other people who want to grow as a content creator, but they don't know why. Why did they want to grow as a content creator? If I could share why I became a content creator, my purpose was I wanted to make people laugh. So I wanted to make people enjoy content that I enjoyed or I enjoyed making, right? So that's my purpose. And so like for other people, they just kind of have to discover, what are you doing? Are you taking those cookies away from me? Was I slapping the cookie? What are you doing? What are you doing?
We seem to have a haunted studio now.
So I just want to ask for you, do you have like a general point of like what your reason for content creation or what you want to share in your content creation?
We'll try to balance this. But yes, the thing that started me on content creation was just the fact that I was wanting to create things anyways. I was working on personal projects and realized that I had such a habit of taking on so many different ones and not really buckling down on one, that at that point I should just be sharing my adventures and trying different things, kind of thing. So the act of creation itself was literally the goal. Which is one of the things that I keep reminding myself is I am here to make things. If people want to come along for the ride, I am more than happy to bring them along. But I'm not doing it for anyone's approval. I am just making.
So I do have a question. Do you ever have anybody that you ever like check over your content with?
Yes. I actually have quite a few people that I'll go to for various different things. So like whenever I'm doing a kind of more edited form, I'll typically run it by Net, who actually went to college for filmmaking. So whenever I have something where it's like, this edit doesn't quite feel right, I'll go to him. So it all depends on what it is and who I think would be the best resource of sanity checking.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea as a content creator to have a fallback or like a secondary opinion. Have you ever posted something that you like regretted?
Something that I regretted.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. Because most of my clips are things that I've already said, so they're things that are basically my thoughts, more or less. So I've not really had anything that has really bugged me in one way or another. I'm trying to think if I've even, like, even just beyond clips, if I have made anything that I've regretted. And I can't think of anything. Have you?
Oh yes, I can think of a million things. I think probably the biggest one, Aniki, don't look it up, Aniki. I swear, don't look it up. Don't find it. Don't show anyone here. Okay, it's a regret for a reason. It was my RR.
Yes.
Yeah, where I set it for 50,000 channel points, and I wanted to delete it, and people were so mad. They were like, "No, you can't delete this ever." And so I forever will have a clip like that in my channel, unfortunately. I regret it too. What is that? Oh, that's my channel. I don't regret that. That one was pretty funny.
Yeah, I definitely understand the RR. That was the one that actually came to mind of a possibility for me. But I don't really mind. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I see no regret for that. It's just a silly, goofy, like, anyone outside the community would probably be like, what the frick is up with this? But
listen, if I can do a very good version and I can make people like freak out, then I would be like, I made you freak out. I would do it way more often. But it freaks me out more than it freaks other people out.
But you don't understand. Getting freaked out over it is part of the content. That's part of the reason people ask for it. They're not looking to see you do it well. They're looking to see your reaction to trying to do it.
Oh, it's awful.
And he's asking for episode 2.
Had a few people ask me about that. I just never ended up editing the rest of the recording session that we had.
But editing longer videos is bane for me.
It's so daunting. I spent so long on the first one. The only way I got through YouTube was I was just really passionate about the time. But then reality set in. I started getting tired. Like the amount of time you spend making a thumbnail, making the description, making like editing it by itself is the longest amount of time you'll ever spend on anything. I swear to God.
What's funny is that thumbnails is actually one of the things I enjoy. I like thumbnails.
Like making my thumbnails too. I think I have pretty good thumbnails. Aniki, can you show my YouTube channel? Just show some thumbnails I've made and show some thumbnails Kat has made because she makes some really great thumbnails as well.
Yes.
But I think that's more like I'm artistic. I didn't make that thumbnail. The Colin Sanders one I did though. That one was pretty good. I made the Stardew ones. That one was. I thought those ones were pretty good. Those
Very
are like
nice.
my really short playthrough that I never got through. The Among Us ones are pretty funny.
Those do look pretty funny.
Yeah. I also made the variation of the Don't Starve one, but that was like one of my less successful clips. But I have to say it was because when I started content creation, I didn't really think about anything. So I was actually playing copyrighted music when I was recording that. So
oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always gone for the like character and location type route.
It's really nice, and then you also make it really expressive. Like you're always in like a pose, like a expression.
Yes, hand tracking really helps with that. Actually, wait. I think that's actually one of the regrets. We just passed by it, which was if he scrolls up a little bit to the one with the lavender field.
Go up.
I brought up the fact that lavender makes me anxious in a D&D campaign. That was a bad idea.
Oh no.
Because we've passed through lavender fields more than once. Oh look, there's Roku here too.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is actually a bit of a shame, in my opinion, that shorts don't have thumbnails. You're just stuck to
but
whatever it is.
see, that's just what it is. It's supposed to be really short form content.
Yeah.
I mean, they do kind of have covers, though, don't you think? Like, they have covers whenever you go onto the YouTube channel.
Yeah, but those can only be generated, like, if you're doing the remixes, those can only be generated from an actual frame within the thing. Which is nice to a degree, because you're not you're not confusing people on what the content is.
Can I just say, I really hate the content creators that make two-part forms for absolutely no reason. They're like, go to my channel to check out part 2. And it's just like, you literally could have just kept it all to one. Like, you clearly want me to go to your channel. Oh, wait!
Yes, I really like raspberries. You could probably lure me into a shady alley with raspberries. But they have to be good raspberries.
Wait, that's really cute. Did you make that?
Yeah, there's actually a tool called Vark Shorts that helps with this kind of short form content. Because any VRM model you can load into it and have a like preset list of animations and sound to go along with them.
Oh.
And this is one of the kind of various ones that they have. I did swap out it's not a raspberry when you first go into a thing, it's a bowl of ramen. I had to swap it out for a raspberry.
Oh.
Yes, there are many routes to short form content.
Is there any like program specifically that you would like highly recommend for people to use?
I mean, I do recommend Vark Shorts, as Aniki is showing. That's good for anyone who is looking for, like, especially, I like using Vark Shorts on go live announcements whenever I don't have a thumbnail. Because it's just something different that is actually moving and could catch people's attention. Plus, they have one that is literally hitting like and retweet. So, it's very nice to have those. As for other programs I would recommend, really, you can do it with anything. So, whatever program you're using for tracking, you obviously have to use. But YouTube remixes are kind of my go-to for actually creating shorts. Primarily because it's just on the phone, so I can do it from bed.
Oh, you can do it from the phone?
Yeah, whenever I make
that's
my
even
shorts,
more
I'm
convenient.
literally doing it in my bed.
And it
Just
takes you
before I
about
go
an
to sleep.
hour usually?
Yes.
Oh.
So it's a nice little wind down before bed.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like kind of recommend from like using it? Like tips that you would say that was really helpful, that would have been helpful for you like when you began?
I definitely recommend doing what I mentioned before of just going through your video and using the remix feature whenever you've hit something that made you laugh. Because that's usually very good for just finding that short clip. From there, always check, because it'll start you off in the kind of like timeline of from what point to what point. And generally that'll always be a little bit off. So do that first, and then watch through it before you even add any subtitles to make sure you grabbed the clip you're actually trying to grab. Because that's one of the trickier parts.
With the YouTube remix.
Yep.
So
Have you noticed any tricks with the Twitch one, though? Because I haven't used the Twitch one yet.
Well, I don't know if Aniki would want to show it. If you could just go to like the clip section of your channel and click a clip. The editor is actually really simple to use. Are you able to show the example? You can say no in the chat. If you can.
He's probably taking a sec to actually pull it up.
Yeah, but you just go to the clip section of your channel. Well, it's not in your channel. It's like in the Dasher creator board, and then you go to the section where it's video production, whatever.
He said probably not.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so you go into the clips of the video editor section, video production section, clips, and then you click one of your clips, and then it'll pop up a new feature And then you just literally put it in. Unfortunately, you can't edit it. So any like additional things you want to edit in, like either text or like an image or like a video, unfortunately you can't add anything extra in it. It just is what it is.
So it's just one of those place where your camera is, place where the footage is, and go with it? Okay.
Yeah. So you have two choices. You either have that option, so you place where the footage is and your camera, or you have the option of just doing a full, like just what you're looking at. So that part is nice, and you can choose if you want to put like the Twitch like your Twitch name on it if you want to. And then it posts right, if your YouTube is connected, it'll just post right to your YouTube, so you don't have to worry about like downloading it and then uploading it. It just does it straight for you.
I know that is one of the things that the YouTube Remix is actually lacking, because YouTube Remix you can only have the full shot.
Oh really?
Yes.
The full shot, and it won't let you do like
Yeah, you can't say grab this part of the video from here and grab that part of the video there.
Oh. Yeah, because I found like that was the convenient thing about like the Twitch clip, but like the unfortunate thing is that you can't edit it pretty much. It's just the clip is what it is. So you have to really pick like a content form that is really short. It goes straight to the point and it's funny.
So if you want the best of both worlds of being able to add stuff to it and take the video from one location, video from another location, you're gonna have to pull it into an actual editor like DaVinci or something.
Yeah. Honestly, I have been wanting to get into DaVinci. I haven't, because I've tried it, and for me, DaVinci is just confusing. And I used to use a different editor that used to do the editing, like edits that I want. So then just the transition is just like really frustrating because they're completely different programs, and DaVinci, it's hard for me to figure out how to get DaVinci to do what I want, basically.
I will say DaVinci does have a lot of good tutorials out there, so it is one that I recommend, but it definitely has a learning curve. If you have a friend that knows DaVinci, get them to show you DaVinci first. It helps.
See, that's the irony, is I actually did, and that person, they're really sweet, they're really nice, but it's just like things kept popping up where I asked them, how do I do this? And even like they struggled a little bit too. So it's like, again, it's not that DaVinci is a terrible program, it just doesn't do what I'm used to video editing programs can do, you know? It's just because I don't want to pay for the full version of the editing program that I currently use. Currently, what I really like editing with is Lightworks. I don't think, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that one, but it's my favorite editing program. I just wish you could actually make YouTube shorts with it, because you can't export in that vertical video file, unfortunately. I don't know why, because even DaVinci is free and it can do that. So you know? Yeah. Have you worked with any other video editing program before, previous to DaVinci?
I have, but it was a very long time ago, and I'm pretty sure it was the Windows Movie Maker, so I'm not sure if we're counting that or not.
Windows Movie Maker, oh my god. Same fam, same. I'm sure everybody's probably used that at some point.
Yep.
Like the beginning of time. Like maybe for like high school projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure at a certain point that's going to be showing my age, kind of thing.
No, I think, you know what? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't think Windows Movie Maker is even around anymore.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna check. It's just showing how old I am. It's sad. It's sad these days. But sorry, back onto topic here. I
did have a question for you though.
Yeah,
do you make your long form content with the clips in mind, or do you solely focus on what makes a good stream?
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you asked that. And usually during my long streams, I usually just focus on just being there and being present and just doing my best to make people happy, basically. And usually that usually translates into short form. Like I'll find a clip that I thought was funny, or like a little point that I found that was like interesting. But my main focus during the live stream is just for people to want to actually come to the live stream, to actually enjoy my presence and enjoy being there, because I just feel like I'm live streaming for a reason, right? I could either be making long form content as a video and people not interact with me, or actually be there, be present, and let people interact with me. And so I usually focus on just being really welcoming and being really involved during the stream, just because I want people to actually be there because I'm there, you know? Otherwise, they can literally just go back, watch a VOD, or like watch a YouTube video, right? And then, sometimes it does translate to clips. Sometimes it doesn't translate to clips. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, today was kind of really chill. There was kind of not much to clip. So it doesn't end up being clipped. But I'm kind of okay with that, because there are other streams where it's like there's so much to clip. Like you can clip every like other section, you know? I'm sure.
I totally feel that as well.
Yeah.
Though
exactly.
I will say there, because I'm very much in the same boat as you of like focusing on that kind of long form content and being there and present. But I will say that there have been times where I will do things or say things in the stream explicitly for the clip.
Okay. But that's kind of thinking ahead, right? You know, in that moment, you can make a good joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that usually comes with Aniki coming in and be like, do something I can clip. Because I've had that before.
I'm really not good with that. Aniki always does it all the time. He's trying to get a clip from me, but I'm just like, I'm such a natural reactor. I usually don't think about it too hard. I don't try too hard to make a reaction that's not genuine, usually. Yeah, I usually do my best to do a genuine reaction. Aniki's just coming in here and like trying to slap me around and bother me, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
I mean, personally, one of my favorites, though, when he did that was...
I'm sorry, okay? Calm down. This is studio violence.
Yeah, and one of my favorite times where he did that was on the Minecraft server, and I just looked at screen and was like, do you want to fly into a wall? And his immediate response was, but I have a full inventory, does it anyways.
That's pretty good. I'm sorry, Aniki. Okay, I apologize.
I'm glad that thing's not actually marble, though. It seems to be styrofoam.
Is it? I really hope so, because it looks like a Greek god made that.
I mean, here's the question. Did it hurt?
Internally, yes.
Well, as long as it's not externally.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Internal wounds can be healed with cuddles from people you love.
Yeah, exactly.
Not alcohol. Don't try alcohol.
All right. Well, we're coming close to like kind of the end of our stream. I just kind of wanted to wrap it up with a little bit more of a summary for people to just kind of wrap up their heads around content creation. So, could you kind of summarize a little bit of most of your points, Kat?
So, first and foremost, focus on making your long-term content. Don't make it with short-term fully in mind. And then, as you're reviewing your content, clip through anything that makes you laugh or seems like it would be a good clip. And if you're on YouTube, do that through the remix tool. And if you leave the video after you've done that, it'll save your place and you can come back to it later so that you don't have to keep rewatching the parts of the video you've already watched. So that would raise your view time. So you might want to do that.
Yes, very good. I totally agree with a lot of those points, especially the one where don't make your long form content, or at least, okay, I think long form content when I say long form content that you want to be super actively involved in, I mean like streaming. If you want to be a good streamer, some streamers, they're different, right? They have a different sort of content, but generally content creators, they want to be involved with their audience for the most part. Some content creators are just literally there to provide whatever they do, right? Some people are ASMR, so they literally all they do is just make sounds.
So
so
that
they'll literally-
oversimplifying, but yes.
Oh, but yeah. Obviously, there's a huge genre out there. Multiple different people do it very differently. But for the most part, some content creators don't really like. Some of them don't interact with them. For the most part, though, you are interacting with the audience, and they come to you live because they want to watch you as a person and interact with you. So be more present, and there, and be involved with your stream more than thinking about, oh, later on I'm going to make a clip out of this. No, just enjoy yourself. Be there, be present, have fun. And then guess what? Usually that translates to a clip afterwards. Anyways, you'll go back, you'll rewatch it. You made some funny comments because you had a good time. What else?
The other one was make sure that you're like the reason you want to do short form content is not just for views.
Yes.
Do it because you enjoy it, and also because it serves as a way for any of your like regular viewers who couldn't make the stream to still see you in the week. So even if the numbers aren't there, those people that have been in your chat repeatedly will appreciate it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And also, I think something I didn't really mention that I do want to mention now is set up your content with a goal in mind. I actually think I mentioned this earlier.
Yes.
Now that I think about it. So if your content is you just making people happy, or you just wanting to show off your projects, have that in mind when you make your content, because usually if people come to your channel, they want to know what your content is about. And if your content is literally about everything, there's no consistency, there's no brand, then people don't know what you're about. And so just having a good consistent brand, or something in general that is just like linear, keep creating content towards that, because then otherwise you're gonna get a super big headache about like making more content constantly all the time.
Though, just as a tangent, the idea of making one where it's literally everything could be done, but you have to go ham on it.
Yeah,
you have to lean into the concept of literally everything.
Chaos.
Yes.
If your concept is chaos, it could work.
Basically, just be mindful of what you're doing and what direction you're going. You can't be everything in chaos and chill lo-fi sleepy times at the same time, otherwise there's going to be a train whistle and you're going to wake someone up.
Yeah, as like, if you can tell anything from most of the content creators, at least on YouTube, that I notice, is like they have something you go to them for. Like, I know when I go to lo-fi, I know exactly where to look. I have like a lo-fi person, right? And that's most of what their content is. If I want to watch like gameplay, I have a Let's Play channel that plays like a bunch of games, right? But I usually don't expect to hear lo-fi on like a gaming channel, you know? So it's like, that's what I mean by consistent content. Yes, there are variety streamers that like a variety of different things, but just remember, try to keep your content a little bit more linear, so it makes more sense to people to follow you for that.
Though I will say, if you are doing this as a hobby and just want to keep making stuff and see what sticks and are not worried about how it does, do it. Keep doing that. Don't listen to us. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, no, like, you can make different forms of content. I actually even encourage it, because sometimes you realize that one content like gets you like where you want to go, and then the other content like might not, but like you can still keep trying until you figure out like which one you really want to do, and then figure it out eventually, right? But
yeah, don't feel you need to stick in one and stay in one. Try things and see what sticks. But it is good to know a general direction at the very least of where you're going.
Yeah, try it out. It's like when you're just creating content, you just gotta try it out. You gotta try it out, and then the best thing you can do is just work on it. Get better, adding more edits, I don't know, getting better at knowing memes. I'm lost in the world of memes now. I I don't understand half the memes anymore. Do you even know what rizzing is?
Yes.
I
And
don't
I'm pretty
fully
sure I know
understand
where it
it.
came from as well.
I still don't fully understand it. They're like, oh,
Okay,
this guy got riz, and I was just like, is that like flirtation? Is it like
Let me put it this way.
icy energy? Like,
Let me put it this way. Replace Riz with charisma. Does
yeah,
it make
but
sense
some
now?
people don't use it that way.
I'm pretty sure it came from charisma.
From charisma. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it's Riz, charisma.
Ah, charisma. Okay. That actually makes a lot more sense if I think about
See?
it like that.
I am here to help.
I mean, but yeah, I don't have any riz. Sorry. But yeah, just want to say thank you for hosting with me, Kat, and
Yep.
thank you, Aniki, for being our backstage
Clip manager.
clip manager, overall management of the chat and our podcast. And thank you, our audience, for being here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them now, actually.
Yep.
And we'll answer any of your questions about content creation. Try to keep it towards the topic. If it's kind of like not towards that topic, we'll answer it anyways. But try to keep it towards the topic.
And also, while we're waiting for these questions, Aniki, do we know who we're gonna raid?
What games make the best shorts?
Whatever you get the most engagement out of playing. Because I have had shorts from frickin' Minecraft to the frickin' city building games. As long as you're engaging, you'll get a good short out of it.
I think the best games to usually put into shorts are usually the games that are more recognizable. But yeah, I also agree with Kat that even some of the less recognizable games, as long as the short itself was really interesting, people will want to know what that game is. So yeah, I've had some people like I was playing that. My most popular clip was a very like not a super huge game either. So that just speaks for itself. I think generally clips with like more popular games will be more generally popular, but you will have clips where just out of random, it'll be popular. Regardless of what game you choose.
Yep. Most popular clip is an animation.
Unfortunately. Well, fortunately, unfortunately.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we don't have any questions, so I think we're good to go raid. Sorry, Aniki, you didn't answer who we're raiding.
Yeah.
Shriko.
Let's go Trico.
Okay, guys, we're going to go raid Trico. He does VTuber interviews. He's been around the community. He's a great guy, and we're gonna go check him out. We're gonna go raid him. He is a flesh tuber. Am I correct? Yeah, he is a flesh tuber, and yeah, cool guy. We're gonna go check him out today. He also does a little bit of game review, I'm pretty sure. But he's mostly more known for his VTuber interviews, so. Yeah, the news guy. But yeah,
yes,
thank you guys
let's
for
go show him some love.
joining us, and we'll be here in the next Sunday. Am I right?
What? Why pineapple on pizza?
That looks about right.
What? Why is the emote pineapple on pizza?
It's because we're controversial. Anyways,
that'll get his attention for sure.
So our next guest on the SmollCast is Miri, right? Is that Miri? I might have said it wrong. Sorry, say it again, Aniki. Say it again.
Miri Nymph.
Miri.
Yes, that's why we're repeating it.
We're repeating it for you. Miri Nymph.
On August 6th.
Yes.
You're so professional.
And she'll be talking a little bit more about her store that she's opening up. She has, was it VTuber pen lights, which I think are
Yes.
super cool.
They were super cute.
Yeah. So look forward to it. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Let's go raid Chico. Copy the raid message, please. We are starting the raid.
Well, now we've got another 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yes.
Counting down. 5, 8,
Numbers.
4, 2,
Bye.
9, 10, 5, 3.
We got it.